Bill, we know that there are many definitions of recovery floating around out there. What definition of recovery suits you most?
I think the most important starting point for me is to make the distinction between remission and recovery. Remission is a medical term. It's how we measure outcomes scientifically, and it basically means how many people have met lifetime criteria for a substance use disorder but haven't met that criteria in the past 12 months. So when you see most of the recovery data that's reported is actually really remission data. Now, when you talk about recovery the way it's talked about in recovery advocacy settings, in peer recovery support settings, we almost universally say that recovery is far more than just the removal of alcohol and drugs from an otherwise unchanged life. So there's a growing consensus that recovery really involves three core components, and that is a fundamental reconstruction of the person-drug relationship. And that usually occurs in two forms. With lower problem severity substance use disorders, we may see the moderated resolution of those problems. As problems become more severe and complex and prolonged, we generally see abstinence-based resolution or reconstruction of that relationship. But in both cases, we see a radical change in the person-drug relationship towards more healthy, more positive, less destructive patterns. And then the second component is that we see an increase in what we call global health. And by global health, we really mean enhancements in emotional health, physical health, relational health, and occupational health. And then the third component is really a change in the relationship between person and community. And in the Betty Ford Institute definitional work that we did back in 2007, they simply refer to that as citizenship, a shift from a destructive person-community relationship to a much more positive, contributing person-community relationship. So in summary, we know a lot about remission, but we've yet to do formal studies of recovery that really incorporate those three core definitional elements of change in the person-drug relationship, enhancements of global health, and change in the person-community relationship.